Hello Change Checkers! Today I'm joined by Adam. He's come along to help me answer all of the numismatic questions that you've been sending in over the last week. So thanks for joining me, Adam.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rachel. We've had some great questions come in from collectors, so I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who sent a question in. I think, should we just go ahead and dive straight in with the first one?
Yeah, have you got one?
Yep, so I've got one here from Valerie Homer on Facebook. And she says, how do I find out which coins are worth collecting and which ones I should put back into circulation? So that's a really good question, Valerie. Thanks for sending it in. Of course, some coins are much rarer than others, and collectors would want to get hold of those ones for their collection. But if you are trying to build up a collection, then you would want one of each, regardless of how rare they are, so that you can make sure it is complete.
Yeah, so everyone wants that Kew Gardens 50p or the Northern Ireland Commemorative Games £2, but I guess you do need those coins, like you said, those common ones, to really complete your collection.
Exactly, and if you are specifically just looking for the rarer ones, then the best thing to do really is to head over to our blog, take a look at the mintage figure charts that we have there so you can see which ones are rarest, but also have a look at our scarcity index, and this uses mintage figures and swap centre data to figure out exactly how sought after each of the coins are and show you which ones are the scarcest coins in circulation.
Yeah, exactly, and we've got multiple other blogs and videos that can really help you with your collections and really answer any other questions you might have. So on to the next question, and this is a great name. P-Man on YouTube asks, where's the best place to get a Northern Ireland Commonwealth Games £2 coin? So we've already discussed how rare this coin is, but how rare exactly is it, Rachel?
Well, there's actually only 485,500 of these coins that have been issued for circulation, so it is incredibly rare. In fact, it's the rarest £2 coin in circulation, so I can see why P-Man would want to get hold of that one actually for his collection.
Yeah, and they're actually really hard to spot, especially when all four Commonwealth Games coins look so similar.
Exactly, so each of the designs are pretty much the same really. They all show the athlete running and holding up the banner, but then they each have their very own different flag, and each flag is for the four constituent nations of the UK. So you've got Scotland, Northern Ireland, England and Wales on there, but like you say, they're just really hard to tell them apart.
And when you think the designs are shrunk down to what, like a millimetre for each coin, like the designs are so hard to really tell a difference. And when you think there's 1 star between the difference of England and Northern Ireland, it is going to be quite hard to spot. Yeah,
especially if these coins have been in circulation for a while now, and the definition, the detail does get worn down significantly. It's really hard to tell apart the England and the Northern Ireland, and really you need something like the change checker magnifier to be able to spot those finer details, because they are just so hard to pick them out and distinguish between the two. But remember, the England coin is also really rare, so regardless of which one you have in your collection, I think you're going to be really pleased if you come across those in your change.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, they are so rare. The only place you might actually find them would be the secondary market or swap sites on Facebook. But from where it is so rare, you do have to be careful with collectors potentially passing off the real ones for fake ones and vice versa.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're extra careful with that.
Yeah, and a good tip as well is to make sure that before you swap or you buy a coin, make sure that you've seen a picture of it with a handwritten name and date, and that way it just kind of verifies that it is a real coin and a genuine swap that you can go ahead with.
Okay, so we've got another question from Ollie Dunn on Instagram. We can actually combine this with a couple others. So Ollie asks, what's the second rarest 50p after the Kew Gardens coin? And then obviously other people want to really know how much the Kew Gardens 50p is now worth.
Right, but that's actually really good timing because I've just updated my eBay tracker, and that looks at the top 10 UK coins and banknotes, and we track the last 9 sold prices for these so that you can see which ones are selling for different prices. And actually at the moment the Kew Gardens is currently selling for about £102 on eBay.
That's crazy. Which
is, it's amazing really. That's over 200 times its face value, and it's actually a £5 increase on the last update as well, so it looks like these coins have become even more popular since January.
So yeah, and definitely we've had a lot of questions coming from collectors asking if whether since the 2019 reissue, how has that affected the cost price?
Yeah, because some people had been worried that the 2019 coin would devalue the 2009 one. I think in this instance we can see the opposite has really happened, and whether it's just the media attention for the coin, people are talking about it more, but it seems that the Kew Gardens has just become even more popular, if that was possible. And everyone's trying to get their hands on it and are willing to pay even more to get hold of it. And I think if you've got the 2019 coin, you want the 2009 and vice versa, just to kind of round off and complete that collection. So yeah, it's a really, really rare coin anyway, but people are just paying above and beyond to get hold of this one.
Yeah, I guess when you think about that there's only 210,000 that are actually struck, it is exceptionally rare, making it the rarest UK 50p in circulation. And the second rarest actually goes the Olympic football 50p coin, which in sharp contrast actually has a mintage of 1,125,000.
Yeah, so it is
quite
a
a
contrast.
difference.
Yeah, between the rarest and the second rarest, you can really see there is a big jump. But really, I mean, all of the Olympic 50p's, they are considerably very rare. They're all around the kind of 1 million mark in their mintage figures. And the Olympics really kind of kick-started collecting for a lot of people, I think. Back in 2012, everyone wanted to get hold of the complete collection of all the Olympic 50p's. And it's now been estimated around 75% of these have been removed from circulation. And that's just by collectors keeping them for their collections. So really popular coins, actually.
So we've actually got another question about rare coins here. Nike Series 11 on Instagram wants to know, what's the rarest A to Z 10p coin?
Okay, that's a really good question. So we do know that 7.3 million A to Z 10p's have been released into circulation, and that's combining 2018 and 2019 figures. We don't actually know the exact mintage figures for each of the individual designs, but if you break that down, it's about 280, just over 280,000 for each coin. So they are really rare when you consider that each individual design is only 280,000.
And then when you compare that to Kew Gardens of 210,000, it is quite close, really.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, unfortunately, we can't say the exact mintage figures, so we don't know exactly how rare each one is. Can't really say which one is the rarest.
Have you looked at the scarcity or anything?
Yeah, so we can use the estimated mintage figures to update our scarcity index. So again, this looks at the mintage figures and the swap centre data to give an overall view of how sought after the coins are. And it's looking that K for King Arthur is actually the top one.
Funnily enough, that's actually my favourite A to Z 10p coin.
Mine is actually G for Greenwich Mean Time, which is like third from the bottom, so not quite as popular.
Yeah, not so lucky.
No, not so good. But still, each of these coins are really rare, and you are lucky if you find just one of them, really.
And do you think we've got time for a couple more questions?
Yeah, I think so. And I've got one here from Oak Tree Leopard on YouTube who wants to know, are there any commemorative 1p, 2p, 5p, 20p or £1 coins?
So unfortunately, the smaller change coins in the UK don't tend to have designs. But then the British Isles have released some great designs recently on their smaller change.
Exactly. So like the Isle of Man, Jersey, Guernsey, you can find some really, really amazing designs on their lower denominations. And it would be really great for the UK to have some like that as well.
Yeah.
The UK actually used to have round pound designs. I'm sure we've all got fond memories of the round pound. But unfortunately, these coins are no longer in circulation. So they were replaced in 2017 by the 12-sided £1.
And the rarest round £1 is actually the Edinburgh City £1, which has a mintage of 935,000. So it's quite low, really.
Yeah.
And the next up is the Cardiff City and London City, which is sort of a similar mintage. And obviously with these sorts of coins, you never know where you might find them. So look down the back of your sofa, in some old jean pockets. You might even find a Kew Gardens 50p.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? That would really make your day for sure. Okay, so I think we've got time for another question, and this one leads on quite nicely. So it comes from All Things for Geeks on YouTube. That's another really great name, some strong names today.
Yeah, love it.
So they've asked, when will there be a new design on the 12-sided £1 coin?
It would be great to see some commemorative designs come back to the pound coin, don't you think?
Yeah, I really do think so. I mean, the Nations of the Crowned £1 has been out for a couple of years now. I don't know if that design is going to change or when it will change, but it has only been a couple of years, so I guess there's still time. And it'd be great to see some commemorative designs issued alongside that one, actually.
Yeah, so we've seen great designs come out recently on the 50p's, £2, and we've had a lot of comments come in. So please comment below telling us what you'd like to appear on a pound coin. And I guess you really never know what might happen in the future.
Yeah, you could be your design out there, you never know. Okay, so I think we'll probably leave it there, Adam. But thank you so much for joining me today. I couldn't have done it without you.
That's right, it's been great fun.
Okay, so if we didn't get around to answering your questions today, then make sure you just leave a comment below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We'll be doing more Q&As throughout the year, so make sure you stay tuned for when our next one is. And in the meantime, you can head over to our YouTube playlists and you'll find all of the latest news and information from the world of coin collecting there. See you next time.